everybody, thank you so much for watching. It is so good to see you all again, and if you are new here, then welcome. Today we're going to go thrifting. We're going to see if we can find some granny square blankets. We're going to have a look around for some vintage patterns and hopefully find some good yarn too. But before we do that, it is such a glorious day here in Ballarat. We just had to come for a walk in the park, and of course we're taking you with us. Now that autumn started, we're seeing that the leaves are starting to change colour. There is so much beauty around at the moment. It's so lovely, and I just had to share it with all of you. But for now, put your feet up, grab a nice hot cup of tea, and let's go thrifting. Not a lot here at the moment, is there? There's like one ball there, little scraps there, some scraps, some embroidery floss, doll wig. It's not quite yarn. Well, there's not much left on that either. Wow, they're really sort of not much left. Somebody's been knitting something beautiful. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Don't want to open the bags though. Okay. Yeah, there's unfortunately not a lot here. What's up here? Pretty much just scraps, unfortunately. Oh, look at that. Tea cozy. That's beautiful. Yeah, just scraps. Not a lot in here, unfortunately. That's been frogged and re-balled up. But yeah, again, not a lot. Oh, that's sad. Guess that happens sometimes. Oh, look at this. Love these colours. It's a very masculine looking blanket. Very lovely. Look at that. Oh no, it's coming apart. Oh, what a shame. If that's like that, there's no way to really salvage that. You can't sort of stitch it. I mean, you could try and thread something through it, maybe tie it off, but you wouldn't be able to salvage it really. Other option is frogging it for the yarn, but it's so beautiful. Oh, I'm so upset that that's coming apart like that. I genuinely don't know if you could salvage it. I mean, you could maybe thread something through it there and just tie it off and thread, like weave in your ends. Maybe it might be salvageable. How much is it? $10. Okay. It's very heavy, so it must be a pretty big blanket. I just don't know if I could salvage it. I mean, and $10 is a lot even to try. Oh, I really need to think about this one because it's beautiful and it's lovely yarn. It's definitely wool. It's really thick and quite warm. It's a wool blanket, definitely. So it comes down to $10. Try and salvage the blanket. If I can't salvage it, then I can frog it and I've got all the yarn. So it's not really a lose situation, is it? Either I salvage it and I get to save the blanket, or I get a lot of yarn. You know what? I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to try. I think it's worth it. It's a gorgeous blanket. Yeah, I think it's worth the risk, definitely. What else can I find? Oh, look at this. Oh, that's quite pretty. I don't know how they've done this in through here. It looks like it's double layered. Ah, it's one on top of the other. Okay. Right. Oh, wow. So that's interesting. So yeah, they've layered that one on top of the other. Wow, look at the colour. And that star design, that's just beautiful. So that's been added. So they've crocheted the cushion underneath. Don't know if I can show you this properly. But there's a crochet like cushion underneath, and then the star's been added on top. Wow, what a great idea. How much are they asking for that? $2. $2. Just deserves more than that for just the ingenuity of doing that. Isn't that beautiful? Geez, you find some great stuff in thrift stores, don't you? So I went through all of those patterns, which is fantastic because there's a lot of knitting patterns in there. So when I get better at knitting, I know exactly where to come to find some more patterns. But I also found a couple of crochet patterns, which I'm really excited about. I love the look of that. And then I also found a couple more baby crochet patterns, which always make up nice little projects when you've got a little bit of leftover yarn. So it's always handy to have those around. How exciting. Well, we found a few goodies here, but let's head over to Delacombe and check out the thrift store there. Alright, let's have a look in here. Another bag of scraps. So again, there doesn't seem to be a lot around at the moment. Must have been cleared out. So what else have we got here? Another bag of scrap. What's this? $6. There's a lot in here. Let me see if I can get a look at the label without tearing open the bag. 8 ply, 60% acrylic, 40% nylon. There's a lot of it. Okay, $6, very dark. I'm not needing any dark colours at the moment though. What else is in here? More scrap. So again, there just seems to be a lot of bags of scrap yarn, which would be great if you want to make scrap projects, but at the moment that's not what I'm looking for. So not a lot here, unfortunately. So sadly, this beautiful boy's still here. I've shown him a couple times in some previous videos, and unfortunately he's still here. He's beautiful. Hopefully someone finds him soon. What else have we got? Nice blankie here. Bright red, that's very pretty. What are they asking for that? $3? Wow. Wow. What else have we got in here? Oh, look at this beautiful granny blanket. They've even done tassels on the outside around the edging. Look at that. That would have taken ages. Wow, these gorgeous autumn colours, the yellow, orange and brown. Very 70s too, I really like that. That's very cool. And we've got this knitted blanket here. This is lovely. Look at the beautiful different textures and stuff they've put through that. That's just lovely. That's gorgeous. Beautiful colour too. What are they asking for that one? $3? $3 isn't bad for a whole blanket. That's amazing. And I think there's one more back here. We've already shown this one. There's one over here. It's a gorgeous knitted blanket in a beautiful lemony yellow. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Look how delicate those stitches are. Just beautiful. What lovely work. That's just amazing. And how much are they asking for this one? $3 as well. Wow, that's amazing. What a bargain. Leaving empty-handed, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll have better luck at the next one. Let's look at what's in here. Oh, again, lots of scrap. Does that say mohair? It does. Ooh. Well, that's nice. It's not too scratchy. That's pretty good. What else have we got in here? Okay. So more scraps. Seems to be a day of scrap yarns. Not a big collection of yarns, just a lot of scrap. What else is in here? That looks like teddy bear, sort of fluffy. What's it say? Super Saver something. So it's very textured. So it's that like teddy bear, sort of almost like feathers yarn. And there's somebody's knitting project in there too. But yeah, just scrap, unfortunately. Not much to see. So unfortunately there was a fair bit of background noise in the store happening at the time that we filmed this section, so I've just had to re-record this bit just so I can share all these gorgeous blankets with you. So many beautiful colours and different stitches, both crochet and knitted, just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you guys, I found so many granny square blankets. I can't go through them all now because they're pulling apart furniture, which is really quite loud in the background, but I'll show you much more when we get back home. It's going to be amazing. What does that say? Golden Hands Book of Crochet Patterns. Let's have a good look at that. Oh, yes, thank you. 77 super patterns for experts and beginners. Oh, nothing on the back? All right, we'll be taking that one. What a lovely day out. Let's head home and have a closer look at what we found. Well, we're back home home now after an amazing afternoon out. We saw so many things. Oh my goodness, the blankets. Oh, so many granny square blankets. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, we need to look at some patterns first and then we'll get to those blankets. So let's get this camera in and have a closer look. Okay, Peyton's Crochet, book number 527. Let's have a good look in here. I'm loving this. This is what made me pick this particular pattern up, but also look at that. That is just glorious. Really love that. Just beautiful. This is quite pretty up here too. All right, let's have a quick flick through. Oh, I love that throw over. That's just beautiful. Always love the smell of these old pattern booklets. They're just so papery, musty, just lovely. I love it. Jumper there, that's pretty impressive. Oh, I like this. Jacket, the picture on the back cover. Okay, let's have a look at the back. Aha. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that. What a beautiful design. That's fantastic. Loving all of these. Look at that. There's that uh throw over. Yep, there it is. Gee, it looks pretty with those colours through it, doesn't it? There's that jumper. Gorgeous. Beautiful pattern work. This is just so impressive. I really like that. That's fantastic. So these are all the patterns in here for those designs. Wow. There's that over style. It looks like a tunic, I would say. I'd call that a tunic, I think. That's really pretty. Oh, how exciting. Aren't they pretty? Just beautiful. Oh, I really like those designs. They're just really lovely. And you can't go wrong with babies' clothes. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? So you've got knit and crochet. So this one's knitted. That one's crochet. Very pretty in 3-ply from Sadar too. Great brand. Been around for a while. Any other pictures? No. So just the pattern there. And of course the ruler to measure your yarn and everything and your sizes on both sides. So centimeters and inches. That's lovely. Beautiful little patterns there. Always good for using up your stash, aren't they? Couple more baby designs. So I've got some booties, some blankets. Love this idea. Little hooded, almost like a little hooded sleeping bag, really, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Some more booties. What have we got on the back? Oh, wow. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? I love that. Beautiful blanket. Love that little set too. That's gorgeous. And look at this. Wow. What a gorgeous blanket. That's just lovely. How beautiful. Just have a quick flick through. So just pretty much all the patterns in there. There's that little set, the little layette. Very pretty. There's that blanket there. Pram or cot cover. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. Wow, some lovely designs in there, aren't there? And just lastly, these guys as well. Again, just great for using up that leftover yarn you've got in your stash. Beautiful little designs. Love that they've got some ribbon just threaded through here. How beautiful. Just checking for any other pictures. No. How lovely. But I found a couple of other patterns too. Let's have a quick look at those. So this gorgeous book I paid $2 for, which I am pretty happy about because it has 77 super patterns for $2. I mean, you can't get a better deal than that. That's pretty impressive. And look at some of the designs. Aren't they gorgeous? Let's have a closer look. Okay. Wow, look at this shawl and this little bolero. Just beautiful. Some gorgeous little bikinis and things like that. Oh, I love the little diamond fillet work in through this dressing gown. That's very sweet. And look how colourful the poncho is. Isn't it adorable? Just beautiful. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, beautiful little trouser set, little sleeveless trouser suit. That's so cute. That would be so comfortable in spring or summer. Just lovely. Oh, wow. So this is a cot or pram cover made up in a lovely thick waffle stitch using double yarn for extra warmth. The edging is worked in crochet, also using double yarn. So this is a knit and crochet project. And don't the two techniques work together beautifully? Isn't that gorgeous? I love when that sort of stuff comes together and it just finishes a piece of work beautifully. It just looks fantastic. Really happy with that. Aw, little granny square suit. That's so cute. Now, I did find, where is it? Here it is. I did find a packet for a 3mm crochet hook in here as a project marker. So somebody was using this as a bookmark, and I'm guessing they must have been working on this gorgeous jacket and beret. So let's see if I can find that. Where is it? So it's project 22. So let's go back through here, 18, 19, 28, 29. There we go. Wow. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So somebody was working on that before the book got donated. I hope they finished it. I hope they got to finish their project and they're quite proudly walking around wearing this because it's absolutely stunning. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, there was something else I found in here that I was looking forward to. There we go. So this is a gorgeous glittering evening smock. So to wear with trousers, over a long skirt, or even on its own. Isn't that just beautiful? That's gorgeous. And I could see me using the meat powder yarn that I meat powder. The meat powder yarn that I got from Temu just recently. I'll put that up on the screen so you can see which one I'm talking about. It sounds terrible, but it's actually really pretty, and I think that might work up beautifully in this design. Let me know your thoughts. Would you like to see me work up a project like this using that yarn? By all means, let me know in the comments because you know I love to read them. I always look forward to hearing what you have to say. What else have we got in here? So there's all the patterns. Is that a deer stalker cap? It is. Wow, what a great project. So I'll just skip through these patterns here. There's the pattern for that smock. Beautiful. That's a lovely cardigan. Look at that. Oh, wow. A rug for the floor or even just a couple together as a placemat. Lovely little granny square blanket, which reminds me, I've got a few of those to look at soon. Let's get through this though. It's so pretty. There's so many amazing patterns in here. Oh, look at that. Look at this pillow here. That is gorgeous. That little diamond design looks like a couple of bobbles in there as well. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? And I love the ripple through here too. Beautiful. That's some fantastic work there. How lovely. Look at that. Oh, look at the wall hanging. That's really pretty. So I'm assuming they've basically made a blanket. It would have to be pretty light material, I would say, and a light fiber, and then crocheted the different motifs and then stuck them to or sewn them to the back blanket. Handsome floral wall panel. It is quite handsome, actually, with the flowers worked separately and applied to the background. So, yeah, so you've got to make your background first and then apply them to the front of it. Choose the colours for flowers and background to enhance your own room. Well, that's very pretty. I really like that. It's a great piece of art. That would look fantastic up on the wall, wouldn't it? Oh, gorgeous tablecloth. Just beautiful. Some lovely tablecloths in through here. Look at this. Oh, some beautiful little pot holders. A little market bag. Some great ideas in here. And there's the patterns up the back there again. So I just wanted to have a look. Yep, they do. So crash course in crochet. That's fantastic. And these diagrams are surprisingly helpful. They're very clear, showing you how many loops need to be over your hook, showing you which which loop you're working into, how to slip stitch through into the start of your chain, all those sorts of things. I like that in this one here, they're separating your chain from your double crochets to start your granny square. So they're showing you exactly what stitches are different from the rest, so you know what you're actually looking at. They're really clear, aren't they? That's fantastic. What a great little book. And only $2. Pretty happy with that. All right, now let's have a good look at those blankets. So this is the first blanket that we found today in the first little op shop that we went to. So this one cost me $10 and I was happy to pay it because the quality of the wool. Now this is very definitely wool that this blanket is made from, and it's absolutely lovely. I'm hoping those colorways are showing up on screen. You've got like a dark blue, not quite navy, but just a really lovely dark blue. And there's 2 rows of granny stitch or granny clusters in the dark blue. And then there's like a variegated color through here that's almost like a tweed, but not quite. And it's like a dark blue and red. And it's just beautiful, and it works so well with that blue. They just complement each other beautifully. So paying $10 for this amount of wool and a blanket of this quality is absolutely fine. I have no issues with that. But I did find a problem when I was in the store. There we go. So you can see here, it's starting to come undone. So I'm not sure if it's just split or if it was joined. It looks like the wool's just come apart there. So I'm hoping that I can just grab some more wool and just thread it through these stitches and through these stitches in this granny cluster up here and through here to try and salvage it and hopefully just string it back together, because if I can't do that, then there's no way to salvage this blanket, and it means I have to frog the whole thing, which would be devastating. So considering we've already found one hole, I might just open it up and see if there's any more. Fingers crossed there aren't, because if I can't salvage it, then I will have to frog it, and I'm hoping I don't have to do that. Let's get this tape off. I really wish the op shop would just put these in bags instead of putting sticky tape across all the yarn, because it pulls all the fibres off. Let's open this up and see if we can find any other issues with it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be okay, but let's have a look. All right. Not seeing anything else so far. It's a good sign. Needs a good clean. But so far, no other issues. I'm not seeing any other holes. Let's flip it over to the other side. No more holes. Just this one here. That's the original one we already knew about. Let's see. Just check the corners. So everything else looks to be intact. It definitely needs a good clean. You can see here there's a bit of gunk on it, and there's lots of bits of looks like grasses and things like that. So I'll have to give it a good clean if I can salvage it. So if I can, then this will be a beautiful blanket, and the weight in this is just amazing. Oh, that wool is just beautiful. Such a lovely, lovely color, and just the workman, like you can see that whoever put this together worked really hard. The quality of the stitching is just beautiful, very consistent, very even all the way through. Just lovely. I'll stand up and have a good look at it and really check it over and make sure that's the only issue with it, because if that's the case and I can salvage it, I would be more than happy to redonate this to a local charity, because the warmth in this would keep a homeless person so warm, and it would just be the most amazing blanket for somebody that's sleeping rough and that just really needs some positive good news in their life, to have something something that provides them with warmth and comfort. The winters here can get really, really cold, and the quality of this blanket and the wool involved in making this is just lovely. So if I can patch this up, I'd be more than happy to donate this. But this isn't the only blanket I found today. Let's have a look at some of the others. So this one's just a lovely little granny square. I'm not quite sure exactly what sort of a project they were looking to make, because as you can see, you've got your bigger squares going around it, and then your little squares in the middle with a gap in the middle. And I'll just hold this up so you can see it. So I'm wondering what this was for. It's not quite a poncho. If it was a child's poncho, then the head hole is very, very small, and the rest of it looks way too big. Like, it doesn't look like it's in proportion to be a poncho. So was it maybe a table mat or placemat or something where they had something in the middle of it that they needed to come out? I can't imagine it would have been started this way without having a middle square to finish it, so I'm not quite sure what this project was. So if you've got any thoughts or ideas, by all means let me know, because I'm genuinely curious about this one. I would really love to know what it was they were making, because I'm really curious, why is the middle not there? But aside from that, look at the colorways that they've used in these beautiful squares. Aren't they gorgeous? So somebody, once again, has worked really hard to make this. It just looks gorgeous. I love the colorways they've used. Lots of blues, lots of purples, lots of yellows and greens. A couple of different variegated colors in through here. It's just beautiful. And how much did I pay for that? $3. $3. Wow. There'd be more than $3 worth of yarn in here. That's just incredible. But yeah, genuinely a little bit stumped on what they were doing with it. What were they making? I'm not sure. So what I plan on doing with it again is more of my granny square projects. So what could I make with this? How many squares have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12 of the bigger squares, and we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the smaller squares. So let me know what you think I might be able to make with this, because I'd love to turn it into something amazing. Not that it's not amazing now, because it's definitely gorgeous. But again, so confusing. What's the hole for? What's it for? Somebody out there is going to enlighten me. Someone's going to look at this and go, oh, it's this. And I'll go, oh, of course it is. So please let me know what you think it is, because I'd love to hear it. Now we've got a couple of other blankets to look at too. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Once again, another glorious granny square blanket. All these gorgeous colors with that variegated surrounding it. Lovely, gorgeous edging there. Look at these colorways. Just aren't they beautiful? Look at this. Just gorgeous. So what have we got? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So we've got 16 squares here in this little blanket. I'll hold it up so you can have a good look. So it's just a little square. Not enough to be a blanket. Maybe a couple of cushion covers. Maybe a little doggy sweater. Maybe a Kindle or a book cover. Maybe a bag. Who knows? There's so many possibilities. That's what I love about granny square projects. There's so many options and so many things you can do with them. But that's not all. I've got another couple of blankets to share. So let's have another look at one of those. So with these blankets, I've got not one, but 2 of them. Aren't they beautiful? Let's have a closer look at this one. I'll just pop that one aside. And let's look at this one. Look how bright and colourful that is. Look at all the beautiful hard work that's gone into this blanket. So this particular blanket has 20 squares, and because there's 2 of them, that means I've got 40 squares. So a lot that I can play with. And this fabric is so soft. It's a beautiful acrylic. It's really lovely. $5 for each of those blankets. And look at the quality involved. The acrylic is beautiful. It's really soft, but also look at the stitch work. Isn't it lovely? Someone's worked so hard on these blankets. It's it's so upsetting, but I'm also very grateful because it's upsetting that they've ended up where they did, but I'm grateful that I was able to find them because I know I'm going to do something amazing with them and get them back out there. So I'm both sad that they ended up where they did and happy, if that's the right term, because now we can take these beautiful blankets and turn them into something beautiful and get them back out into the community, whether they're in jumpers or cardigans. No matter what we do with them, they're just going to look fantastic. And it's all thanks to the person that created this from the very beginning. Someone sat down with their yarn and said, I'm going to do this. And look at what they've made. Isn't it lovely? Just lovely. And I get to salvage it and turn it into something new, which just makes my day. And I really love that I have the opportunity to do that. So once again, any thoughts or suggestions, any ideas, let me know. And I've got one more blanket to show you too. So let's have a closer look at that. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Just stunning. Gorgeous purples and blues, and they've all been joined with this gorgeous little eyelash, little fluffy yarn. I see this in thrift stores all the time, and I just never know what to do with it. And I guess I never thought of using it to edge blankets or to use to join granny squares before. Just gives that little pop of texture and colour. Just lovely. But look at all of these granny squares. So many beautiful colours. And once again, the softness of this acrylic yarn, the amount of effort that's involved in making these grannies, like someone has worked so hard on these. They're just beautiful. I just, once again, sad that they ended up in a thrift store and grateful that they ended up there because it means now we can take them and do something amazing with them. Look at this colour. Look how bright that is. Just lovely. Wow, it's almost neon, that colour. Look at that. Once again, just beautiful workmanship that has ended up in a thrift store that I'm now going to be able to benefit on because now I can take all of this and rearrange it and repurpose it and put it back out there. And that just makes my day. Absolutely makes my day. Okay, so that's everything. That's everything I found today. All those beautiful granny square blankets and those gorgeous patterns that we looked at and our beautiful walk through the park today. That was just lovely. Thank you so much for coming with me. I really appreciated that. It was such a glorious day. I just had to share it with all of you. Now, if you're going through a rough time, then I'm really sorry to hear that. I know times are tough lately and things have been pretty bad around the world. So I just wanted to say, chin up, guys. It can't stay bad forever. Things are always going to get better. And hopefully in your world, things start to improve really, really soon. Be kind to each other and be kind to yourself because you absolutely do deserve it. Okay, guys, take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.